know.
It could be a little asymmetrical.
And then we keep talking or whatever.
And I can move it.
Remember when I smelled something?
I can move
I was
it
like, yeah,
after
Lydia
everyone
smelled. And he was
presents.
like,
So
I
that
thought
I
I
can
smelled
move
it
over there
again.
to
She's
get
like,
everyone.
That's so weird.
so hilarious.
Cool. We're gonna get going.
Yeah!
Honestly, this makes me so happy seeing everyone in one room together. This is so sweet. Thank you all for coming. This is sick.
Yay, yay.
Because we definitely couldn't do this event without you. So this is a way to like show our appreciation, make you comfortable, get to know the faces that you're gonna be presenting with. So I guess I'm Lily. I think I'll know that.
I'm Mike.
Go, Mike.
Lily and I think we're both passionate about a slew of things, including climate justice, including communications. And my passion in communications is less grounded and sourced in school than yours. But my passion for an event like this is definitely deep rooted. I think that I'm coming at it from a point of view that right now climate change is happening and that we all play a role in figuring out a way to have less carbon in the air, finding a way to put it back into the earth and getting off of fossil fuels. These are things that I think about every day. And so the name of the event, Merging Media and the Environmental Crisis, which came out of like 3 text exchanges with Kyle, that the environmental crisis part, that resonates with me. And on like a more personal level, the communications. I'm passionate about all of us communicating. And that's why I say thank you for coming here, because I think that this communication is going to be really important. This event is going to be badass, and I kind of don't even realize what I'm walking into, but when we all get into Clark Lounge less than a week from now, I think it's going to be really, really fruitful for a lot of us. And so you speakers are really important to that. So thank you and cheers to you.
Woo!
Yay,
Yeah.
yay.
Yeah, it's gonna be super sick. I think, and it totally emerged in a really beautiful way. Mike was just talking in the library, and I totally like inserted myself into his conversation, and then I don't know, it's a great way to connect the two schools. Yeah, because I'm in Park and CNS, and I always feel like I'm out of place in both because I'm always thinking about the other one. So, and then when I partnered up with Mike, he had this great idea to create a speaker series, kind of to generate notice on the intersectionality between these two fields, because they can totally help each other. We talked about like the disconnect between the scientific community and the general public, and the Park School can be sort of a medium to get people to care. So it can be super powerful, and there are different ways in respective fields that can highlight different issues, like Savannah talking about environmental photography, or Sam talking about connection to nature through the campsite that he's creating on campus, or Julia's stories of permanence with her microplastics research and creative writing. We want to inspire people that go to the event to take these ideas into their own respective fields, because they might not even realize until they hear one of your stories. So it's going to be super sick. And I think the format of this is we're going to not necessarily go in order, the final order, but we want everyone to come up and kind of give a summarized version of what their topic or what their presentation is going to be about. And then we'll ask questions, and then afterwards we'll open the floor up for discussion.
I think we're going to start with a quick round of introductions.
Yeah.
We want to get all of us talking. So, if you want to start, we ask that you tell us who you are, where you're from / what you studied, if that's applicable, and it may not be. And what are you doing at this luncheon, and what you're talking about for the speaker series.
Could we add pronouns to the introduction?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Your name and your pronoun. Who would like to start?
We can start if you want. Make it easier.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
There's a cat. There's a cat. Cassie. I'm Lily. The pronouns are she, her. I'm a CMD major, environmental studies minor. I'm here to facilitate discussion, support all of you in your presentations. Super gassed. That's me. And come up here when you introduce yourself.
And you'll be making statements
Yes,
as well.
I shall be making statements. I'll be making closing statements and probably introducing people.
Cool. And so we'll all just rotate through. Come up here when you introduce yourself. Alright, and I'm environmental studies, Mike Moritz, he, him, and I'm here at this event. Lily and I and Zoe and all of our squad, and we're here to try and facilitate this event and try and get the most out of you. So I'm here to get the most out of what you're talking about today. So questions, that's what I'm coming after. And I'm making opening statements. Yeah, you're up. Yeah, come up here.
Hello, I'm Kyle. She, her. I'm IMC. I'm from Sandy Hook, Connecticut. I am here to hear what you all are going to be sharing about to support you guys and to just hang out. And I'm going to be talking about marketing for sustainability and how it's important for marketers and as marketers and consumers to share a sustainable story and encourage yourself and people to, I don't know, not give into like this individualistic, consumeristic society where we're all just buying shit, not thinking about how we're using our resources and stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Snacks.
Yeah. Oh my god, big coffee house.
Yeah.
McConnell High School coffee house.
So.
I'm dead. Hey everyone, I'm Elijah Nakai.
Yeah!
I'm not like presenting at the event, but I was a designer. I worked with Lily and Mike to design the graphics for this. I'm here to let you know that I support you fully. I want to get to know you all a little bit more. I'm very proud of you. You know, that's what we gotta do. We gotta be healthy, happy, proactive. You know, so thank you all. What's up?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm Julia. She, her pronouns. I'm here to support all of you, but also I have to leave at like 45 because I have work. I'm really sorry, so I won't hear all of your stories. But I'm going to be talking about my toxicology research and how you don't have to pick between your creative mind and your scientific mind and how it all goes together, and stories of permanence and why some things need to be permanent and why you wish some things couldn't be.
Hello, I'm Sam Hillman, he, him, his. Environmental studies. I'm going to be talking about dualism, the concept of dualism, which is the separation between human society and the natural world, and this idea that seems to permeate Western culture, the implications that has on the environmental movement, and then sort of ending with the focus on why natural spaces and undeveloped areas are important. And that sort of will end with me talking about my research in the natural lands and my creation of a campsite in the natural lands, which is kind of exciting for me. I think that's anything else?
I think that we will get to come back around and get deeper into everyone's topic.
Oh, sorry.
Hi.
My name is Marissa. I'm a senior environmental studies major. And she, her pronouns. And I'm talking about my experience in the Montana Conservation Corps this summer and connecting how living with a small community or tribe in the middle of the woods and working on public lands influenced like my
Yo, push that kind of
my understanding of how we can face the climate challenge we are today.
I'm Savannah. I use she, her pronouns. I am a junior environmental studies major and I'm minoring in photography and Spanish. And I'm going to be talking about environmental photography and how I kind of started out as a photography major and then switched it all around and now environmental studies major, and how I think you can really convey the environmental message through photography, not only like in the US, but take issues from across the world and kind of bring them home to the US too.
Hi, I'm Zoe. She, her. I am a junior IMC student with a French minor. I'm here because I'm doing some of the marketing, and even though I'm a Parkie, I love CNS because it's a great place to study. It's a nice environment, and I'm so excited for this. I love seeing you all here.
The woman of nights.
Alright, so I'm Joe Cruz, senior communication management and design major with minors in Latin American studies and international business. He, him pronouns. Originally from Austin, Texas, and my topic is all about environmental racism, climate refugees, and how it's all unfolding at the Nogales, Mexico and Arizona border. I recently went with a Latin American Studies department. I was with a group of 6 other students, and we kind of saw what the Tohono O'odham Nation, which is the group of indigenous people who were the first keepers of that land, are doing to push back against the creation of the wall that would bisect the reservation. Right now there is no wall because they're recognized by both Mexico and the US. And Tohono O'odham literally means desert people. And so they're the people that kind of like guard the Sonora Desert, which is where our current Arizona is located. But yeah, just topics. This idea for my talk really emerged from Todd Miller's work called, Storming the Wall. And it talks about like the political wall and obviously the wall that's going to be built on the border, but also just the storm in the sense of like the migrant crisis that's happening right now, and that's fueled by climate injustices in these countries like El Salvador, Mexico, Honduras, like all these Latin American, Central American countries, and what we're going to do with this idea, this myth of scarcity that we have in the U.S. about like what are we going to do with these people? They're going to be on welfare stealing our jobs when it's quite the opposite. But yeah, everyone's topic is so cool, by the way. That's awesome.
Hello everyone, I'm Calvin, he, him, from Maplewood, New Jersey, environmental studies senior, and I'm going to be talking about kind of the transition from college and into like the workplace and how we can continue to have these conversations and enforce them to your peers, wherever you work, whatever field you're in, doesn't really matter. This is a pressing issue and we can apply that, and how can we build up the confidence and kind of like courage to not be afraid to basically speak your voice in the workplace and things like that. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mike Hanlon, they, them pronouns. I'm a senior environmental science major. The topic I'm going to be talking about is the narratives that we use to talk about climate change, moving from this we're doomed, we're fucked narrative to one that's a little more look what we can do, look what we are doing. And I also was going to talk about just like the impact that a single person can do, but I'm still trying to decide how that would fit in, and perhaps I want to focus only on the narratives, or I also want to focus on that. Yeah.
Is our audio good?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Just wanted to check. Awesome. So now we can go into more in-depth presentations.